anything now?
Oh wait, hold on. I'm not the right.
All right, here's my test. My test. Can you hear anything? Can you hear anything? Can you hear anything? Can you hear anything? Can you hear
Yes.
anything?
Yes.
Can you hear anything? Can you hear anything?
Yeah.
Okay, so now.
Yes.
Can you hear anything? Can you hear anything?
Yeah.
Okay, so now.
Yes. There we are. I turned the volume way down on my phone, so it's not so loud, but I can hear you good now.
I know, but it's just like on a continuous loop. It sounds like. Um. Okay, so.
You don't hear it from the phone now. Oh, that's right. I got an iPhone. Fuck you, iPhone, you stupid cunt. Never mind. Can't do shit. Fucking iPhone.
All right, audience out there, that means you probably can hear us. We're running some fucking tests today. Lots of tests, new fucking sound equipment, testing day. We're going straight through the YouTube channel right now, so that's happening. But the real question is with live sound, is it going to glitch out the way it was in our first 6 broadcasts? So that's kind of what I'm interested in testing next.
Maybe Charles could plug his bass in and play his bass sitting right there, and I can see what we hear.
I kind of just want you to take that thing on the back porch, and I'll run a 12 o'clock test, a 3 o'clock test, and a max volume test, and you just have your volume up all the way.
All the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
And tell me, the idea of, am I blowing you out and saturating you out at the max volume at the 6 o'clock, or is you're able to hear me clearly? Where are we at with just.
Do you want to tell you in the chat there? Because, like I said, it's only about a 5 to 8 second delay now instead of 45 or a minute like it was running through the other software.
That would be interesting to see, and I'll just verbally comment back to you. We're running sound tests out there, YouTube audience, so we should be able to tell when your comment. Okay, Chris, I see you with an okay. Right now I'm at 12 o'clock volume level and just kind of talking at a normal tone. Can you hear me clearly and easily? Is anything clipping out? Do you hear any clipping out if I is any of that clipping out? All right, well that's good. Let's move the volume test up. I'm gonna move it to the 3 o'clock position now. Let me know how that goes. So hey Charles, Chris got your bass too.
Huh?
Chris got your bass.
Sweet.
Well, except that you're all the way down on this software.
He's not hearing it?
No, he is. He's saying he can hear you.
Oh, I don't have. Yeah, I'm just running into this.
I know, but somehow that's still making it past the channel volume being all the way down and into it. Like it's almost like I don't know, but I'm just noting it as well. Hey Chris, I'm most interested in the moment though, with the volume level at 3 o'clock and me talking. Is there any difference on your phone on what you can hear or not hear? There's no difference between 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock, is what you're saying? All right, I'm going to go to the max volume, and now I'm curious what that's going to do. So here's max volume, and I'm wondering what that's doing. Can you hear it clearly? Can you hear it louder? You know, that's the real question. Is there any difference? Oh, all right. Come on back there, good buddy. So Charles, are you you're over there listening to it through your headphones all together? So there's a volume difference between noon and max.
It wasn't a huge difference, but there was a difference. I mean, and there was no clipping. It was to the point where basically anybody could have their volume on their phones or their devices 25% or halfway, and they could still hear us clearly.
And you could hear Charles' bass
Yes.
clearly.
Yes, Charles bass. Sometimes when he was first hitting it, there was a fuzz. There was a little fuzz coming through my speaker.
Did you hear that, Charles?
So there was some fuzz coming through when you were hitting yours, like when your initial note, your dong, like a little bit through my speaker on my phone.
Yeah. I'm trying to adjust all of it right at the moment. Remember the pedal.
Well, I've turned my volume all the way down now, so I don't hear anything.
Fudge, I don't know what to do there. The where his bass is coming through, which is this line in this channel, this is all the way fucking down, and has been the whole time. So how's any sound getting through? You know,
Maybe it's bypassing that completely and just using it as a way to get into your computer, and that maybe the operations of that is not really actually doing anything. I don't know. I could go back outside and we could try turning the volume up on that, and I can see what it does to the sound of the bass guitar. If it does anything, if it does nothing, then we know it's bypassing that completely.
well, I was kind of wanting to. I was wanting to get us set up for music sound in the room first, get that handled through these type of things, so we can play, and then once we got that, then pipe it through the internet and start worrying about that sound. I was thinking that sound was secondary to the, you know, because once we get that sound in these all kind of level, then it shouldn't all be that hard for it to go back this way. But I don't.
What's Charles thinking?
Huh?
What's Charles thinking?
It has a lot of range on this pedal.
Oh, so the difference between last week and this week now is the different pedal.
His green one, you know, it's gone.
So that might be what the big difference is right now, is that.
Well, that's all the way up. And at least it's you know, it's broadcasting, so you know, how about fuck, I don't know. I don't know. I'm waiting for Charles to talk to us. I was gonna say go play some moderate level drums, not to blow us out of the fucking room at the moment, but then I wonder if the bass is coming through, and that means the drums are probably gonna come through this broadcast too, right? So I was just thinking, well, what are the drums gonna do on this mic with it all the way fucking up on this broadcast, you know?
Well, my gut tells me that with the drums, what it's going to do to this is what it did the first few weeks we did this before we, volume speaking wise, I don't think was ever the problem. I think it was always when we went to hit the instruments when it got really fuzzy and crackly and just badly distorted.
Yeah. Mm. I think you should take some like little short 5 or 10 second videos of Charles over here in the corner with all this fucking music gear and post them on the page saying Charles figured his shit out. Just so much like fucking gear.
There's a lot of gear. Did you get your wireless door?
So I was going for that now, right this second.
All right, doing the post. tuning just then?
Yeah.
How come it was tuning with sound? Usually it bypasses the sound, doesn't it?
I'm not using it. I'm using the Snark. Yeah, it's glitching out. So there it's back.
Oh, you're on your wireless.
Just barely touching the power button and it flicks it out. See what I'm saying? Tower, so that's off, right? So if I'm all the way back on and let it connect, now it's connected, and it just barely flicked that power. So
It's got to be a glitch with something to do with your device somehow.
well, it's a glitch on this
Yeah.
part of I don't know. So that creates a that means this is out of here is what that means.
Time for a new one.
Yeah, which is $50 for the one he has,
Which isn't bad. I mean,
right?
Not getting anything from your guitar.
oh, and your headset, you mean?
So all right, so you want to solve that next? Get something from my guitar. What do we got? We got this cord right here, right? That cord just needs to be plugged into my flat rig, right? So, what do you need me to do?
What was that little riff you were doing? I like it. It could be an intro or it could be just a middle part of a drone. I think it's something that could be built around. That's a nice. I like it.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we need your fat plug to go with.
Hey, can you grab me the plug-in under the speaker?
Yeah.
Or the. Way too loud.
I was gonna say I can hear that all over here. I can hear it over. You can hear it over here.
It just sounds too loud and too tinty.
Oh yeah.
Probably his headphone volume is too loud.
Are you able to hear all this through that fucking broadcast right now?
I'm not on the broadcast.
When can you check?
Yep. Sounds horrible. Sounds horrible. It sounds very horrible. Tinny and just sounds horrible. It sounds very tinny and just.
So, I don't think we're worried about that right now, but you're hearing it through that.
I hear something. It's not guitar. I hear something. It's not guitar.
Just play some. Head is pounding.
Mhm.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm just having a hard time hearing.
Well, should we talk this through? I mean,
Let's see here. What do we have for preset? Let's see that. All right, go and give me something. There's nothing coming in.
There it goes. There now.
Is that any better?
mhm.
Is that any better?
It's a little bit better, but anytime I hit these palm mutes, it distorts out and isn't.
Well, that could just be the.
Huh?
That could be a lot of things.
I mean, I can hear it and whatnot. I'm, not expecting perfect tone right now. I guess I'm interested in, kind of feel like we're in free. What are we trying to do at the moment? Just deal with guitar, or,
Well, I'd like to get everything going.
Well, and I mean, Chris, I'd really like to know if all the adjustments he's making that I'm hearing in these ears are coming across through that.
Through here, I hear guitar, but it doesn't. It sounds from sitting here anyway. It sounds. There's times when it sounds good. There's times when it sounds distorted and
Well, right. but
similar
he
to what
just
you're
made
hearing.
like 1,000 adjustments, and so I'm interested in knowing if that's translating through this broadcasting or if it's just it'd be nice if you listen to the last like few minutes.
Oh,
I swear.
How about that?
And let us know if you can hear him turning the dials, and
Okay, I'll turn it
or
on.
if it's just completely fucking totally saturated,
Do
not
you
right.
want some Bluetooth headphones? I got Bluetooth earbuds in the car.
Because those things I'm talking about aren't, they're going to be hard to hear without it.
Sure. You want? I'll lie back about 5 minutes or so and just kind of listen.
Yeah, just see if you notice him turning the knobs,
God, I just want this to work. I even watched like so many videos this week on the shit.
What are you doing next? What's your objective? What are you trying to turn or dial in next?
Well, I just want to get it to where you like what you're hearing.
Well, I'm okay with what I'm hearing at the moment. I don't think getting it any better at the moment raises a lot of questions, but what about getting bass so I can hear bass and guitar at the same time? And then get vocals going so we can get drums in there.
Well, bass is ready to go.
So, you can hear it, right? Like
Yeah.
something canceling something.
Yeah. Let's go to this and just take this out. Now try it. Well, I can tell you a lot of that is because it's simulating a guitar cab, not going through a guitar cab. I think some of that's because it's simulating a guitar cab and not actually getting the oof from the guitar cab.
So the short answer, here's these don't work. They're playing something you got playing on your phone, or they're picking up something from someplace. Can you hear me? So the short answer is I can't hear any nuances because this microphone is so hot, it's picking up just you hit your that sound of you hitting your strings, that sound that you make without it being plugged in. So it's covering up any kind of changes that are being made because the guitar coming through isn't coming through very loudly because we haven't dealt with that volume issue yet coming through the broadcast. So it's covered up by you hitting your strings. I can't tell anything.
Turn that channel 2 all the way down.
Now, if you do it, if you play now, but when you go open string and plucking, it sounds nice. So you want to go hear what I'm hearing. It's set up on the clear. So no, you don't.
No. I'm questioning what overlapping Well, okay, so yeah, I'm going. If you're in a neutral EQ and you're just going straight in, it should. Yeah, I'm at a neutral EQ.
Maybe that's something to do with the volume level and why it's not coming through. Maybe it does have something. We haven't tested that yet.
It's like it's bypassing focus right now.
So I'm wondering if we turn the volume up on that one channel, if it would produce more volume coming through the broadcast.
You can test it with bass. Just play some bass through your system for 2-3 minutes. I'll run a quadrant test, 25%, 25%, 25. And really, I'm just looking.
Well, I don't hear the strings. It's
Chris, looking for an okay that you can hear Charles playing bass. Chris, I'm not seeing confirmation from you. So, Chris, can you hear me talking at all? Can you hear me talking, Chris? Okay, we're at 0 on Charles. Can you hear Charles right now? All right, I'm going up a level with Charles. All right, now I'm running 9 o'clock with Charles. Can you hear a change? All right, moving up to 6 o'clock, or 12 o'clock, I mean. Now I'm at 12 o'clock with Charles. Can you hear a change? Running at 12 o'clock. Can you hear a change? Is it, where's it at? Better, worse, flipping? All right, going up to next level. All right, so now I'm in 3 blocks with Charles, and it's also pushing the fader in orange and red territory. So I'm thinking it's much better. Is there any clipping? Any clipping? Much better. Probably come on back. Hey, we wait. Hey, hey, we wait another day. Wait another day. Let's get this sound into Chris's head and get your bass in it too. We wait. It works, it works, it works. It's motherfucking man, works and it works and works. I can play with these effects and make them work. Works, it works, it works, it works. Maybe it's a bit loud. Maybe it's a bit loud. Maybe it's a bit loud. Wait, let's just wait a minute here. Wait a minute, oh dear. Wait, let's wait a minute, oh yeah. Oh, wait and wait. Next step is to get you some ears. Get Charles in. It sounded pretty cool in there. There's crazy effects on my vocals. And of course, yeah. Yeah, yeah. It was nice. It's working. Very curious about. I'm gonna go see if I can. For you guys, I'm gonna see if I can find the video a little bit. So it's
See, there's the drums on the right.
You have that pushed in all the way.
What? I can't hear anything in my right ear.
You might hear it click.
That did it. But now what do you hear yours?
That's all right.
What about his?
You know, it's still here.
And you don't hear both?
I just hear
Why?
you have a can on that?
On what?
On your focus right? The right monitor, stereo, and mono selector. Yeah, mono. It is on mono.
Click.
Yeah.
Yes, you know that.
That's that thing. Your mic inside your kit. Picks up the tap meter.
So there.
Sounds trashy. Well, just let that go for now. I don't know. It's cheap. None of us are gonna have perfect sound on any of this, or even sound that we're totally used to. There's reasons that are deep on all of that. So, but the thing is where I was at, that little test run in the headphones with vocals and guitar wise and drums, we can play to that, you know. So if we just get bass in on that, we can play, test it, see what it sounds like, and then you know what's that sounding like going across the broadcast is the next question. And if we can get those two answered in a similar way, then I think we can. It's more logical to start trying to get better tone for all of us. What's going on with your one thing, and what can we do to remedy it? Well, because I'm using an output, master output, PRS because in our headphone outputs over here, there is stereo.
So I can hear stereo now, and you should be able to still hear stereo. So you hear both your ears.
Yeah, and I'm only hearing in mono because that's for left and right.
Is it just based? We're limited on how many outputs we got.
Well, it's because we don't have XLR from our headphones to make it an auxiliary sync. That makes it less.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what we're trying to do in the future to solve this. I mean,
Oh, if we just need. Typically, you would have XLR going to your in-ear stuff.
Mhm.
That would create your left and right outputs on your XLR that goes into your ears, or you run it mono. Whereas on a left and right output for like on here that goes to speakers, you got left and right. And it's not. It's these are two. These are stereo headphones, not mono headphones. So it's kind of something you pick up in one set.
It's a fix we could do just to dismiss the cable. That's all.
I just don't have. For some reason, my plug is gone. And I don't think it's probably because I didn't bring it.
It's not a catastrophic issue.
No, really. I can live through that. I'd like to think that.
Yeah, for drums, it's just hard to share one ear. But
That's just it. I was looking for something like that.
Are you looking for like a plug-in that would accept 2/4 inches into one?
I have a 1/4 inch. So I can have extra shit. I have a plug that's more goes 1/4 inch into this all.
what's in this basket here, Charles? Maybe you could put here.
No. I don't know if you have 150 mono into the stereo.
XLR or 1/4 inch jack.
1/4 inch to XLR. That's 1/4 inch. Not quite. I can still hear it. It's not a big deal.
So as you're trying to say from the beginning, we can kind of see if we can all play together in this shit.
I had to set the
As is. All right, internet. This is where we determine if you can only hear the vocals and everything else is dead on the internet source, or if it comes through altogether. We'll find out.
When the night has come and the land is dark, moon, the only light to see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. As long as darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. When the night comes, she crumble and fall, and the mountains she tumble to the sea. I will cry, no, I won't shed a tear just as long. Stand by me, darling, darling, stand by me, oh, stand by me, stand. Rev it up. Whenever you're in trouble, don't stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand, please stand by me. One more time. Okay. Vocals sound like the coolest thing to me, but I have a feeling on the broadcast we're gonna hear what I think is gonna happen.
Vocals sound great.
Yeah, the vocals are kind of cool, but
My issue is the same issue it always is with music. They don't stay in. They kind of sit a little bit looser, so I don't really hear what you guys are doing. Yeah, I'm guessing. I kind of hear it. They just don't stay in my ear like plug. But that being said, yeah, the guitars and bass volume.
I'm just wondering if this can plug into that, make this longer so he can have this reach him for now. If he could reach, if this could reach him. I was thinking about taking that thing from him and trying mine out. But I don't know if this will, can this add length to that? This quarter? It's a quarter inch, right?
that thing emit Bluetooth sound? No. Right. But what I'm hearing though, for me, is a simple fix. I just need to get some over to here. Headphones with a really long with an extension, which that's not a problem getting. Well, this is where we're at. You know, when you first get it, first start doing things, it sounds cool, starts working, sounds great. It's like, all right, and now we're at that point of shit, that frustration point after the initial excitement point to really learn and figure things out. It's all good.
For the vocal center. How's your weekend? What's that? What's that? Sure.
Well, do you have like a line or a mic in it, like something like that, that's the instrument or line, it's causing it to have so much. Needs to leave it open if you want. Hey, that's enough. Get in here. Roxy. 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 Come here, Roxy.
What's this one? What's the white one's name? I know. I for some reason that dog thing is not sticking in my mind. I keep thinking bunny or rabbit or something. Never.
Roxy, come
It was Thumper making most of it.
Get in here. Come on. Get up on the couch. Up on the couch. Up there. Up there. Get up there. On the couch. Hey, come on. Get up on the couch. Get up on the couch. Hey, get up there. Come on. Say hi to the camera. Say hi. Hi, camera. Hi.
You're just like every other dog. I pet you for a little bit, and that's not enough. You, I want more. I want more.
What I'm thinking from here to there. So,
Instead of stereo.
Well, is that happening because is it happening from the very start of everything? You know, right? We got tinny guitar tone. We got
that is over here. That I want to mix it down. No, I'm trying not to.
well, it doesn't seem like you should have to mix it that much.
I put everything to dry.
Well, right, but that tells me it's not coming in right, like from the first place.
Right.
Like,
I mean, I can cheat.
well, I just kind of feel like we could think through it. You know, like I know that my board on that tone sounds good. I can plug it straight into this and have
Right. That should sound perfect.
decent, or yeah, as good as I set it up. Right. In theory, yeah.
Yes.
So,
I 100%.
so we're plugging it into that system, and it instantly goes. So is it okay? Now that is something to think about, though. Is in the past, but no, that shouldn't be it. But in the past, when I've plugged it into Ash Street, for example, they ran a line out of the left and a line out of the right.
Actually, that's the deal with it. Yeah, but it shouldn't be necessary. There should be a mono and a stereo.
So I have a live out level option, and it has a line and an amp selector. Guitar in pad. That should just be adjustable coverage. But I do have this amp and line level out. Right. That's live out. So this is direct out. Direct out's the right place for me. So what do you guys need? You gotta go direct out. I haven't done this right. Straight into one. Okay, let's put it in. What is it? Okay, roll. Some channels have the ability to on it. That's a lot. So I think like on those, right? Like if you look at these, there's a difference once it gets into these channel 4 frequencies. Right? You might try something similar. Well, it's right now. It's in right. But that doesn't matter because I'm getting the stereos. What type of different input selections do you have for each one of those channels? All I have is XLR. I mean, software. Like, does it have like an input configuration type section? I guess I'm not confused. Just kind of, I think I've seen it like on like Reaper software when you're piping sounds into a track. There's a variety of different options. What type and how that sound would be. Right. Okay. I get you. So here, right now we're just going single track. So I can do everything. And right there, that should be just your. That is just your. Yeah. It's just the line. So first and foremost, I'm gonna unplug the XLR from the direct, right? Right. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough link for my live out. it's like a speaker port, not a standard guitar port, but I can be wrong.
Well,
I guess it doesn't, right? There's no reason this shouldn't, right? I got one over here. Probably. There's no, I mean, the quarters are quarters, right?
it matters when you're using this right there.
Okay, so power back on. Ready for that?
Yep.
And I'm just giving the guitar some volume. You hear it? Is that just the same?
Me it is, but to you it might not be.
Is that pretty much a neutral?
Right there is. I have everything like this. All EQ, all effects, everything.
I mean, remember when we were getting that canceling tone between the guitar and the bass? Let's see if that happens.
Thank you, Dr. Jekyll. Mr. Jekyll.
Huh?
Snare sounds delicious.
What?
Snare sounds delicious.
Snare sounds delicious.
So, Yeah, so let's bring both R's down into something like this, and then use that to get us back up and volume. We bring that down. Much better. Keep these down. Keep these down, like right there. In the middle. Yeah. And this mine on the middle too when I'm at. This is one. Come on. Right there. And then bring that up. And then bring that. And the 9. Give me more bass. Let's try to put some vocals in this. And Chris, let's cue you up and get you on some drums with this. And it sounds like the vocals are way overbearing on this situation right now. Hey, yeah, right about there. Oh. At least when I'm, going, I'm not clipping out, right? But Chris doesn't have anything, no ears. We need to get Chris some ears. I think he goes back in the pack for that.
Just hand me the earpieces, Charles. Just do it.
What was also different was my little lead line in there. It was so much different and clear than it was trying around. I'm kind of thinking it's not the direct out or live out, it's where we have it, those main levels. recording. It's not terrible.
Bass sounds really good in here. Keep it like this.
Okay. So through the broadcast, all we're getting is drums and vocals. It's not so. Okay, so let's recap. So we made 2 changes. We changed from direct out to a live out, and we also kind of changed where the levels were at on the bass and the guitar. And to me, I think that's the real thing. I don't think it was the live or the direct, but what do you think?
Yeah.
I just think we had our, you had your guitar and bass independently to like where they're at their upper levels, right? They don't really need to be, right? We can have everything at like 50% ish and dancing around there, and then push the overall mix to get us up volume. Huh? On this YouTube thing? Well, that's, I think, it's tough to tell because it's my phone, but I think the volume is okay for vocals and drums, but I think what's being piped into here is different than what's being piped into our ears. It's fun playing inside, right? You really fucking hear vocals.
Vocals I can hear really good. Yeah, everything else I'm just kind of. The guitar was I could hear.
Yeah. The guitar and bass aren't cutting each other out. My guitar level isn't peaking out and distorting that, You've been watching any reviews on the inner shit?
No, I mean, like on my own, like what I would get. No.
People express a lot of differences on how they fit in their ears and what's comfortable or not.
It's always been from my whole life. Whenever Apple or anybody for that matter comes out with those Apple iPods or whatever, they just don't. So like.
Which one are you trying to? I'm just trying to. So there's no level on this. I'm getting like there's no input.
No input at all.
Correct. talking.
Okay. Smells like a freak show.
There's input there.
There's
Basically
input
max,
there.
I'm getting a solid green.
Okay. Because here, it's a lot different. So I changed the output to that. You know, an auxiliary snap. Do you have a headphone jack on there?
Yes.
You should be able to hear what's coming to you. Oh. Without having
I should be hearing what is happening, like for the broadcast.
Yes. Well, as good as it can.
It registers. I have to have these things.
Hello, hello.
volume to be noticing it.
Yo. Clickety clickety clack.
It registers it, but it seems like it registers it low.
No, what I was saying is those earpieces, you never get them. They go in my ear, like to where you can hear things, but they don't like go in your ear. You can take like an earplug, you twist it up and put it deep in your ear, and it expands in your ear with blocks. I can't get those earpieces to do that in my ear. Which is why I've always been an over the ear.
We can't get them to come out.
Your ears are different than mine.
They are. Well, it seems like the reviews I've seen, people say quite a difference of opinion from one set to the difference on how to fit their ear. For me, I've always hated any earphones in my ears, like those iPod kinds and shit. But for some reason, when I had those things in, I was pretty comfortable. It felt like I could rock out and come out. But then there are some drummers that do prefer the overhead. I've read that. And then there's also the custom molded ones, right? I think Travis Barker prefers here. I know Tom Lee does.
The new drummer Shane's in love with wears over the ear ones.
Everybody's in love with El Saparu or Saparuski.
He's got to have a nickname. That's a difficult name.
LSS. El Sal.
See what those guys, the bands that they're actually playing in, like Derek Roddy, like he's such a phenomenal drummer. Like, but the bands he plays in are the death hardcore metal. I don't care for it, but it'd be awesome to hear these guys like in a really good metal band that's good. Not just and some parts of the country where those guys are at, yeah, I can understand that's the kind of music that metal that they love over there. I get it. And I know a lot of the drummers that I like are in, your traditional rock bands or what you'd call American heavy metal bands. I wonder how they would do, and they're playing to the music that they're playing. I get it. I wonder how they would actually do in more of a European heavy metal band. You know what I mean? I wonder if they have the chops to play in those kind of bands. There was a story out there about Taylor Hawkins' kid. I can't think of his name. But his kid that's like 16 or whatever, 17 now. And they were at this blues bar with Dave Chappelle and Taylor. They're at this blues bar in New York City, and this blues drummer was up playing, and his kid asked Taylor, says, "Well, Dad, this guy's pretty good. Why don't you sound like that? Or why don't?" And Taylor says to him, "Because that's a real musician." There's something to that effect. Or that's a real musician. I'm just a fucking. I'm not. Right.
I've not got to use these yet today.
Yours?
Which color? Blue. What color are yours? The gold?
Well, why don't you plug into his little thing and see how they sound in your ear? Are they the exact same thing, just a different color?
Yeah.
Oh.
it didn't sound anything like, you know, this coming through the Focusrite.
No, it sounds tinny. So tinny and sounds. And again, maybe just the speakers we're listening to it through.
And that thing's $200 that you have right there. And where'd you get your case for your thingies? Do you have a nice little case to put these in? No, it's just. Where do you put your things? I was hoping to have a nice case. What'd you do? It just sounds like something's a lot fucking louder coming through here.
And doing it. Only thing I did was send it from master outputs to a auxiliary out.
Well, my question is, what is guitar and bass going to sound like in that?
Got no idea.
Well, you need to try. Is there a reasonable suspicion it might be different?
Probably different.
But it's just going to prove my point, which is
XLR on an auxiliary send is in stereo, whereas the master out is left and right. It will left today, of course, but like it's no big deal. You just gotta you can actually fix it right now. Just gotta run another XLR to it. Yeah, left and right. So then we're bypassing the room back. We can bring the room back into here, just turn that on and off. Let's do it. I don't know if you can get the wire away from there or not. Do you think the phantom power needs to be turned on for that? That means you're back at these. Say something.
5413.
5413 6972 11.
You got two of these.
Should they're not in backwards?
Huh? Sure, they're not in backwards. Are they in backwards? What's the fucking test we're running?
Something to do with stereo.
Oh yeah. Check. Check, check, check. Check, ain't got no guitar. So we got drums, right? Well, I can hear ticking. Yeah, what did you play your drums? Well, let's see what changed. Even XLR to us to plug into the Focusrite. Check, 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 check. Hey, check and check. Check, 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 check. Check.
Outside of that case, the 118, does that mean something?
I don't know that you're going to hear
There it
those
is.
happen.
There it is. That was something.
That changed the whole changed the whole
Nothing up here has changed. I haven't changed any of this stuff.
Sounds weird. So like there's a lot of overhead noise coming from something like overhead sound, room sound.
stop the broadcast so we can kind of review back on it. Because what I'm most interested in figuring out right now is if going in the channel 1 and channel 2 solves our hearing all instruments issue. And then if that is solved,